All right, let's talk about that brand new router. In this explainer, we're diving into the router blueprint. Basically, the 10 things you absolutely need to do right after you plug it in. We're going to go way beyond the basics to build a network that's not just fast, but seriously secure. Let's get right into it.
So you've got it out of the box, you plugged it in, connected to the Wi-Fi, and it works. Great. So you're all done, right? Well, not so fast. That default setup, that's really just the starting line, not the finish line.
And this slide really nails it. It shows the massive gap between what you think you have and what's actually going on. You're probably thinking, hey, I've got a secure, super fast network now. But the reality is, straight out of the box, most routers are kind of vulnerable and definitely not running at full speed. So let's fix that.
First things first, security. I want you to think of your network as your digital home. You wouldn't just leave your front door wide open, would you? The same idea applies here. We are going to lock this thing down to protect your data, all your devices, and of course, your family.
Okay, here are 3 things you have to do. No excuses. Number 1, update the firmware. That's the router's internal brain, and updates are crucial because they patch security holes that hackers love to exploit. Number 2, change that default password. Seriously, the one on the sticker is probably searchable online. Make it strong, make it unique. And number 3, turn on Wi-Fi encryption. This is what scrambles your data so nobody can snoop on what you're doing.
Now, when we talk about encryption, not all types are created equal. If you see the option for WPA2, pick it every single time. It's the gold standard right now and gives you way better protection against attacks. Now, if you have some older devices that can't handle it, WPA2 with AES is still a really solid backup plan. The main point is just never ever leave your network open and unencrypted.
This is such a great feature, and so many people don't use it, the guest network. When you set one up, you're basically creating a totally separate, walled-off Wi-Fi connection just for your visitors. This means their phones and laptops can get online, but they can't access your main network, your personal files, or any of your smart home gadgets. It's a super simple win for security.
All right, 2 more quick security moves that pack a big punch. If you've got kids, definitely check out the parental controls. They can help you manage what websites they can visit and for how long. And this one is huge. Disable remote management. This feature lets you access your router settings from anywhere in the world, which also means an attacker could try to do the same. So unless you have a very specific reason to use it, just turn it off.
Okay, our digital fortress is now secure. Let's move on to the fun part, cranking up the performance. It's time to make sure you're actually getting all the speed that you're paying your internet provider for every month.
You know, this might sound almost too simple, but it makes a massive difference. Don't shove your router in a closet or hide it behind the TV. For the strongest possible signal, you want it out in the open, in a central spot in your house. Keep it away from thick walls or other electronics if you can.
Let me ask you a question. Do you actually know what your internet speed is? I mean, your plan says you're paying for a certain speed, but what are you really getting? The only way to find out for sure is to run a speed test. This is your number 1 tool for figuring out if there's a problem with your connection.
And this chart shows what happens so often. There's the speed the company advertises, and then there's the speed you actually get day to day. A speed test will show you exactly what that gap looks like, and the tips we're talking about right now can help you close it.
Okay, before we get to our next tip, let's do a quick explainer on DNS. Think of it like the internet's phone book. Every time you type in a website, DNS is the thing that looks up the correct numerical IP address so your computer knows where to go. It's happening constantly in the background for everything you do online.
So by default, your router uses the DNS servers from your internet provider, and frankly, they're not always the fastest or the most private, but you can change them. By switching to a third-party DNS service, you can often get a nice little speed boost when websites load, and even get an extra layer of privacy since some of them don't track your activity.
So, let's just take a second to recap what we've actually built here. By going through these steps, you've taken that standard, out-of-the-box router and turned it into a finely tuned network, one that's built for both security and raw performance.
And here's some really great advice to keep in mind for the future. Your network isn't something you just set up and then forget about. Technology is always changing, so keeping an eye on things like new Wi-Fi standards will let you know when it's time to upgrade your gear so you can keep that top-notch speed and security.
So, when you put it all together, what did we accomplish? Well, we built a secure fortress to protect everything and everyone on your network. And at the same time, we unleashed a performance powerhouse that's ready for anything, whether it's 4K streaming, intense online gaming, or just getting work done without a hitch.
And that really just leaves us with one last thought. Your network is now fast, it's stable, and it's secure. You've built a solid foundation. So the only real question left is, what awesome things are you going to do with it?